If you find yourself involved in the criminal justice system, if you're charged with a crime, you're probably wondering, what's going on? What does all this mean? What are the consequences of my decisions? Where do I go from here? So today we're talking with criminal defense attorney Sarah Stone from Lyda Law Firm and answering your questions. So Sarah, first things first, what does a criminal attorney do? What does a criminal defense attorney do? And if I'm charged with a misdemeanor or a traffic offense, why do I need one?
Okay, good question. So I will never forget the first thing I was told about being a defense attorney, which is a defense attorney acts as a wrench in the machine that is the system of criminal justice or the government against the individual in this country. So my job is to make the government do its job and to treat my client fairly and to protect my client's rights. I sometimes I think people could like envision some kind of goalie, making sure that whatever is happening, is fair, or a referee sometimes, if that's a good metaphor. Um, Unfortunately, the government has a ton of power in this system. So the police and the prosecution have all the power. And sometimes it can be really scary to go through the system alone because a lot of people just don't know what their rights are, or they don't know what the prosecution and the police can do. So as a guide, that's when a criminal defense attorney comes alongside the individual and the client and walks with them through the process. It helps them understand the process, make sure that their rights are protected. I think in the end, if the individual or the client believes that they have not committed a crime and we review the evidence together, then the way we proceed is that we force the prosecution to prove it. And usually that requires going to trial. Sometimes someone will come to me as a client and say, you know what, this happened. I made a mistake. What can we do about it? And usually then that comes into mitigation, right? So making sure that whatever penalties my client is facing aren't that serious, that we can make sure that we protect them as much as possible from having to go to jail. Sometimes that means doing probation instead. And sometimes it means getting a charge completely dismissed. So I really see myself as a guide through the process.
So when you're talking about mitigation, you're talking about taking a bad situation and making it not quite so bad?
Absolutely. And so, I truly believe, Brian Stevenson says that each of us is more than the worst thing we've ever done in our lives. And sometimes we make mistakes, right? We get behind the wheel and we drive drunk, or, we get in a bar fight. It happens. These things happen. And so sometimes it's just saying, hey, this is not going to ruin your life. You are more than these charges against you, and I'm here to help you as much as possible to be able to not end up, in jail, and or for as little as possible. You just need someone to come alongside you and to help you through that really difficult time, and that is my job as a defense attorney.
Okay, I hope this video was helpful to you. Please remember to click like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications about more content like this. And thank you for watching.